Hello, and welcome back to Bite Me. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. In 2016, the European Southern Observatory reported finding an exoplanet that appears to be the closest to us. Proxima Centauri b, or Proxima b for short, is located in the habitable zone of the star Proxima Centauri. This means that there could be life on it, and if Earth suddenly finds itself on the brink of destruction, this exoplanet could become one of the best places to move to. Moreover, flying there would take just a little more than 4 light years, which is very close by space standards. But for our current technologies, this distance is really huge. In this video, you'll find out how far have people gone into space. What engine will make a spaceship fly 600 times faster than lightning? And when will our spacecraft be able to reach the new Earth? Why is it necessary to fly to Proxima b as fast as possible? This is a centrist constellation in the southern sky. At the knee of its front leg, there's the triple star system Alpha Centauri. Proxima Centauri is the smallest and closest to us right at this moment. It's moving along its huge orbit towards Earth at a speed of 22 kilometers per second. This is 3 times faster than the space shuttles move. Now, we have the perfect opportunity to explore this promising exoplanet, because after this phase of the approach, it'll move 700 million kilometers further away from us every year. That's almost the distance from the Sun to Jupiter. If we're too late, potential colonization will be delayed by centuries or could become impossible altogether. Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf compared to our Sun. Its diameter is 7 times smaller. It's also 8 times lighter, and its temperature half that of our Sun. It looks relatively modest, but you could settle down nearby. Besides, Proxima b is 20 times closer to its star than Earth is to our Sun. This proximity might lead to one side of the exoplanet being always turned towards its star, just like the Moon is to the Earth. That's why half the planet might be hot and the other half icy. However, some scientists don't see this as a problem. After all, if Proxima b has an atmosphere and oceans, they could ease extreme temperature changes given that this exoplanet is more massive than Earth. It could hold both air and water. An unpleasant surprise waiting for us is Proxima Centauri's rage outbursts. A red dwarf can suddenly become 1,000 times brighter from time to time, and if this happened, it would generously irradiate Proxima b. So both local life and colonists from Earth would have to take refuge on the planet's dark side. But to finally understand whether Proxima b is suitable for life or not, we need to check it in advance before it starts moving away from us, and considering the potential of contemporary spacecraft, that's a rather big problem. Why would existing spacecrafts spend ages flying to Proxima b? To convey the scale of this task, let's put aside kilometers and get our space tape measure. 1 astronomical unit, or AU, is the distance from the Sun to the Earth. That's around a million kilometers, and there are only 5 terrestrial spacecraft that have ever flown 10 times greater distances in space. The New Horizons probe was launched in 2006 with a speed of 15 kilometers per second. It's already managed to explore Pluto and its moons. At this moment, the probe is moved away from the Sun by roughly 50 astronomical units. At the same time, the twin probes Pioneer 10 and 11, which were launched by NASA in the early 70s, in their turn have achieved over 120 and 100 astronomical units. The Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 probes, launched in the late 70s, can be called record holders in this space marathon. Voyager 2 has already flown over 122 astronomical units, while its twin brothers set a flight distance record over 147 units, and that's what the distance from Earth to Proxima b looks like compared to the achievements of our probes. And if the most advanced Voyager 1 decided to fly at a Proxima b, it would have to overcome a distance 800 times greater, and it would take almost 74,000 years. To get there faster, we'd have to load our probe with fuel tanks to speed it up, which means there will be no room for scientific equipment and the meaning of the mission would be lost. So, we need new engineering solutions. How soon can we get new engines for interstellar flights? Luckily for us, scientists have long been trying to solve problems with probe fuel. That's why they experiment with a lot of alternative energy sources. But will they have enough time to create a new fuel-powered engine? While Proxima b is still moving towards Earth, Jim Woodward and Hal Farn, physicists from California, are developing something called the Mega Drive, which applies Mach's principle. Sounds like a voodoo spell, but they hope this project will open the era of interstellar space travel. The Mega Drive creates vibrations and moves them in the needed direction with the help of electricity and a stack of crystals. It's kind of like shaking on skates from the cold, but directing your shiver forward so that its power pulls you towards a glass of hot mulled wine. Sounds incredible, but it must be very economical in practice. NASA has already provided money for development, but everything remains just at the level of theory so far, and you can't get very far with that. British engineer Roger Scheuer went even further and came up with the M-Drive engine, which was immediately nicknamed the Impossible Drive. That's all for today. I hoped you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos from us. Cheers, my friends.